Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Midi80 and welcome into the channel. Today we are here with another episode of greatness, Platinums from the Past, where we fill our virtual trophy case with those platinum trophies that we started a long time ago and just never completed. On today's episode, we have none other than Final Fantasy XIII-2. This is the second game in the Final Fantasy XIII trilogy. And if you guys hadn't noticed, we are platinum trophying these in reverse order. But we have no control over that. It's in the hands of the marble races here. We did Lightning Returns not too long ago, and now it's time to go back in time and hit the second one. So with that out of the way, let's head on over and check out the trophy list and see what we're missing. Alright everyone, looking here at this game, we started it back on February 24th of 2012 and definitely put in some work. We earned 20 out of the 32 trophies, leaving just 12 left to get, and that is including the platinum. With that being said, let's just hop on over and see what the game is about and get started earning those trophies. So, in Final Fantasy XIII-2, we pick up right where Final Fantasy XIII leaves off. In this game, you're playing as Sarah, who is the sister of Lightning, and your whole goal is to find her and get your family and friends back together. You also join up with and get to play as Noel, who was sent to protect Sarah, and you get to learn his whole backstory as you play. The world is broken up into many different timelines that are all accessed by gates throughout the story. There are a whole bunch of these, and as you find out through playing, your actions can drastically alter these timelines. Will Sarah be able to save the world and reunite with her sister Lightning again? Only one way to find out. Let's go! These first trophies here that we are missing all have to do with combat in the game and are actually earned through combat. The first one here is for switching your paradigms around. These are set styles in combat, and both Sarah and Noel can learn 6 different styles of combat, which can be combined with monsters to create many different variations. After switching these styles around, or your paradigms around 1,000 times, you're gonna pop the Strategist trophy. Oh, let's go! The next one here has to do with getting the jump on enemies. Enemies spawn in the overworld as you run around, and you have the option to try and outrun them or hit them and get a preemptive strike on them. This trophy is for getting multiple preemptive strikes on enemies in a row. I found the best place here to farm this, for me at least, was Brescia Ruins 300 AF. The reason being is because when monsters spawn here, they aren't really aggressive, they stand around and wait. Also found out that if you die after starting a fight, as long as you got the preemptive strike, it does not reset the counter on this. So there's some good news there for anyone trying to grind this out. But once you get 100 preemptive strikes in a row, you're gonna pop the Clock Stopper trophy. We did it! There's a rare monster in Brescia Ruins 100 AF called Don Tonberry. He's a little dude that runs around with a knife and deals massive damage and inflicts poison if he hits you. In this game, you can tame monsters after defeating them in battle, and it is a random chance of this happening. To get this trophy, all you need to do is tame Don Tonberry by defeating him in battle and earning his crystal. It is said that using a Pharaoh Link ability to finish him off increases this chance, so that is what we did. And when we tamed him, we popped the Beast Tamer trophy. There it is! Yes! In the Archite Steppes, there is a weather machine that allows you to change the weather around, and depending on what the weather is, you're going to fight different enemies. There are 4 great beasts, one for each different weather condition, that spawn, and you're going to have to fight and defeat them. They will be different quests that are handed to you after you find all the Cactuar statues. These beasts are pretty tough, so make sure you are decently leveled, and once you go ahead and beat all 4 of the great beasts, you're going to pop the Big Game Hunter trophy. As every Final Fantasy has, there is a super boss in the game named Rasputil that only appears in Obra 400 AF on the beach in a void form. This trophy is the only difficulty specific trophy in the game, and this boss just needs to be fought and beat on normal mode. It can be a pretty tough fight and took me quite a bit of time just to get down. There are a bunch of different guides or strategies to get this done on what you should do, but we got really lucky here on the second attempt and ended up beating him. Once he went down on normal mode and the battle was completely over, we popped the Fair Fighter trophy. And the last trophy here in this section is for beating the final boss in the game and earning a 5-star rating in doing so. When we fought him here, we had an ability that sped up time. This affected the open world battles and even some of the cutscenes. So that is why everything is kind of sped up here, or seems like it's going faster. But once we delivered that final blow to the boss and earned 5 stars at the end, we popped Chrono Saver. Yes, let's go. That's 5 stars. Let's go. Yes. The next trophies here are all grindy. Some are not as much of a grind as others are, but still grindy nonetheless. The first one here is just for riding your chocobo around. We rode these a lot throughout the story, so this one didn't take us too long to get when we finally sat down to focus on it. All you have to do is take 10,000 steps or so, I believe, on the back of a chocobo. This trophy will not pop while you're riding the chocobo, so you're gonna have to hop off of it and see if you've taken the right amount of steps or not. But once we did surpass the 10,000 step mark, we popped Saddle Sore. Oh, let's go! Yes! Yes! The next one here is all for earning coins at the casino. The best way we found to do this was just to enter the chocobo races here with our maxed out gold chocobo. We just didn't bet on them and let them race and would collect the winnings for placing in a top 4 spot. After so many races though, you do have to retire your chocobo, but no worries here. You can just take them out and re-enter them. They'll never catch on or tell you no. After running our chocobo through a ridiculous number of races for a couple hours, we finally earned the required 10k coins and popped Serendipitous. Let's go! The next one here is for grinding both Sarah and Noel to the max level. This wasn't too much of a grind honestly, as by the time we got to the end of the game, we already had 3 or 4 of their different fighting styles at level 99. By running around and doing a lot of the end game stuff, we had this done well before the very end of the game. But maxing both of them out earned us the Supreme Being trophy. Yeah! Let's go! The next trophy here is probably one of the most frustrating trophies to get. There are 160 different fragments spread out throughout the world and time that you need to collect. When you collect enough of these, you can go and talk to the chocobo lady at the casino, and she will give you a bunch of different skills that you can turn on and off and affect the gameplay. You get these by viewing different endings, fighting bosses, finding them around the maps in the world, and doing side quests for the NPCs. The one that really bugged me was the quest to fill out the beastry and fight every enemy in the game at least once. It was very time consuming running all over the place and trying to figure out what creatures you have fought and what ones you haven't fought and where to find them and stuff like that. But once we did all the favors for everyone and collected the very last fragment, we earned ourselves the Defragmented trophy. Yes, finally! The last trophy here is for viewing all of the different paradox endings. These are achieved by going back to the different levels, closing the gates, and doing things differently, like killing bosses before weakening them or answering questions differently, things like that. Doing these will alter the timeline and give you a different outcome or a paradox. There are a total of 9, and after you collect all the fragments and view 8 of the paradox endings, the game prompts you that there's a secret ending and you should fight the final boss again. So, after working your way back through the final level and defeating the final boss, you get to view the last paradox ending, and after watching it and seeing the secret ending, you earn the Anomalous trophy, as well as our Platinum trophy, Master of Time. That was it? Let's go, finally we're done. Alright everyone, there it is, another one in the books. I truly loved this game when I first played it, but honestly it was hard for me to platinum. I think that the fact I popped all the story trophies and easy trophies early on and didn't get that satisfaction of earning a little bit at a time kind of made it hard to grind some of these ones out. But I still really liked the story and different fighting mechanics in this game. Taming monsters was also fun, as well as seeing all the different paradoxes play out that I had never seen before. If you guys are new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to leave a comment down below on what you thought and what you would like to see differently. I stream live on Twitch. I'll leave the link to that in the description below. Otherwise, let's watch this marble race and see what game is next. have it, folks. Naughty Bear. Definitely a change of pace here. Can't wait to start this one. Thank you everyone for the support. Now get the heck out of here.